let's go ahead and look at our practice page about simplifying mixed numbers. As we go through this, please feel free to correct or fix anything that you may have missed. I've already started my rectangular model for the first problem. Simplify 3 and 4/12. I've already drawn my 3 wholes, but what I want us to focus on is our fraction 4/12. I need to take my whole and split it into 12ths. To do that, I'm choosing to cut my whole into thirds and then do 4 times in each part. Now I'm going to color in 4 out of those 12 equal pieces. As I'm thinking about the division I could use to simplify my mixed number, I'm wanting us to look at the model and be thinking, how can I group these pieces together so that I have less of them? Well, I see that I could group 4 pieces together. Because I'm grouping those 4 pieces together, that means I'm dividing them into groups of 4. Therefore, I can divide my numerator by 4 and my denominator by 4, and I'm going to get the simplified mixed number of 3 and 1/3. I'm also going to write that here, 3 and 1/3. Let's look at the second problem. Simplify 2 and 6/9. First, I'm going to draw my 2 wholes. And then I'm really going to focus on the fraction part, 6/9. For me, to make ninths, I'm going to cut my whole into thirds, and then I'm going to do 3 times in each piece. Then I'm going to color in 6 out of those 9 pieces. Again, when I'm trying to think of what do I divide by to simplify my mixed number, I'm going to think, well, when I'm looking at my model, how many pieces can I group together? Well, I see that I can make groups of 3. So that means I'm dividing these pieces into groups of 3. Therefore, my numerator can be divided by 3, and my denominator can be divided into groups of 3, and I'm going to have my simplified mixed number 2 and 2/3. I'm also going to write that down here, 2 and 2/3. The last problem on this page says to simplify 4 and 5/10. First, I'm going to start with my whole number and draw 4 wholes. Color all 4 holes in. And then remember, we're going to focus on this fraction part, 5/10. Well, for me to make tenths, I'm going to cut my whole in half, and then I'm going to do 5 times on each side. I'm going to go ahead and color in 5 out of those 10 pieces. Now, thinking about the division and relating that to my model, I'm thinking, what can I divide by that I can divide 5 by and divide 10 by? Well, in my model, I see that I could make groups of 5. So I'm dividing those into groups of 5, and I can divide my numerator by 5 and my denominator by 5. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now my simplified fraction is 4 and 1/2. I'm going to write that right here, 4 and 1/2. Remember, our goal today is to be able to simplify mixed numbers.